everybody? Welcome back to the 31 Days of Horror. I am your host, Mood616, and thank you once again for stopping in, guys. Yes, day 17 here on the 31 Days of Horror, Volume 4. And yes, we're going to take it all the way back to the glorious golden age of horror in the 50s. Part of the golden age of horror. With a film called The Black Sleep. Yes, this one right here has an all-star cast in it. It's starring Basil Rathbone, Amkin Tamaroff, Lon Chaney Jr., John Carradine, Bela Lugosi, and of course Tor Johnson's face is on the cover there. He's also in the film from Plan 9 from Outer Space fame. Now, I swear, if I was a director back in those days, I would have used this guy in everything because he's just such a presence. You know, he makes the craziest facial expressions, and he's got like one of the biggest men ever. He's just freaky. But yeah, cool stuff, man. So this one here from 1956, and yeah, synopsis of this one. This one right here takes place in the year 1872. Follows our main character, played by Basil Rathbone. He is basically like a doctor, mad scientist type deal. He has been doing brain surgery on test subjects, aka humans, because he's trying to perfect the art of brain surgery, because he needs to do a brain transplant on his wife who's got obtained a tumor and has fallen into a coma for like the last 8 months. And so with the help of another doctor, he is trying to perfect these experiments, and yeah, that's basically your synopsis of the film. Now my thoughts on this one. This is a really cool film, actually. It starts out with a very interesting kind of plot line. Our main character, Basil Rathbone here, he's come to this guy's execution in the beginning of the film, who has been tried and convicted of murder, and and the guy that's tried and convicted is a doctor, and he basically says to the city and shit, once you hang his body and stuff, he put in to have his body. So he goes there with this drug which he dubs called the Black Sleep, and he tells this doctor to take it before they hang him in the morning. And the guy's like, okay. And basically what he tells him is that, if you take this drug, you won't feel anything, and it'll just kind of put you out of misery in a good way. So he does that. Anyways, he ends up waking up in Basil Rathbone's, huge mansion and shit, and he's alive. So it's this really cool drug where it slows down the heart rate, lowers your body temperature and stuff. And he did all this just to obtain the body because this guy was a surgeon, he was a doctor and stuff. So that part of the storyline was actually really inventive for the 50s. I thought that was pretty crazy stuff. So this doctor, he's unwillingly working with this crazy mad scientist. And another really cool thing, Amkin Tamaroff, he plays a character, I think Orof, I think is what his name is. And he has been going around and obtaining all these test subjects. They've been working on all these people and stuff, and this other doctor, he doesn't know that these people are basically just subjects and shit like that. Very, very cool stuff. My biggest problems with this film here is a lot of the big names in this movie are there for aesthetic reasons. A lot of them don't have any lines. Like Bela Lugosi he's kind of like the house, I don't know. He's almost like a maid in a sense. He doesn't say anything throughout the whole film. Lon Chaney, he plays somebody who's had brain surgery and something kind of went wrong with him, so he kind of plays one of the monsters and stuff. John Carradine's character is pretty cool, but a lot of the big names in this, like Tor Johnson, they don't really say much. They're there for more aesthetic reasons. The film feels a little bit unbalanced at times. There's a lot of story in this. There's a lot of talk about, brain surgery and brain activity and, this parts of the brain, and they're literally showing you all this type of stuff. It's pretty cool because, the sets that they use in this are, very 50s-like, but very atmospheric, and I really like a lot of the, the aesthetic that they created in this. Really good atmosphere and stuff. And it is cool to see all these big names on the screen from time to time. Most of the action with the, the monsters and the ghouls and shit happens within the last 20 minutes of the movie, which, to me is a little bit unfair. If you're going to have a lot of big names like this, try to utilize them as much as you can to sell the film a little bit more. I mean, Tor Johnson's probably the highlight for me because, man, like I said, he is one of the most just overpowering presence on screen. It's crazy. Like, he makes these facial expressions and you don't know whether to laugh or cry or just be scared. It's funny, then it's terrifying. Really one of the only people I've ever seen on screen that can possibly do that to me. It's just really crazy. But yeah, you know, overall it's still a really fun and entertaining film. I'm a big fan of these kind of mad scientist, mad doctor type films, but this one's got a lot of story. It's pretty inventive for the time. And I like the fact that they set this back in the 1800s. You don't see a lot of these mad scientists, especially dealing with brain surgery and, you know, kind of high-tech modern technology and modern science like that, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, The Black Sleep, if I had to rate this one, I'd come in about a 6.5. It's not mind-blowing stuff. This one's really going to grab your attention from the cast, but just be warned, you know, a lot of these guys don't talk. John Carradine's character is fucking hilarious. It's pretty funny, actually. But really good performances, though. Basil Rathbone really does kind of steal the show in this one, because he's the presence in the film. He's the one with all the dialogue, and he's very convincing as this evil. He's kind of good to everyone else, but he's really fucking evil. Pretty cool stuff, but it's an enjoyable film. I'm somewhere in the range of a 6.5 to a 7. You know what? I'm just gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Why not? It's worthy of it. You know, it's shot beautifully, really good stuff. The director, he's done some other notable films. I think The Mummy Shrew. I think he did that one too. Yeah, The Mummy's Ghost. Did I say The Mummy Shrew? I think I did. Diary of a Madman also, which is a really cool film. But yeah, this one's pretty much complete. If it had Boris Karloff in it, it would have been like, holy shit, you know, that's a complete package. Excluding the big names like Christopher Lee and, you know, Vincent Price and stuff. But I'm rambling. The Black Sleep, give it a shot, man. It's a pretty damn cool film. It's a good late night watch. It's a quick watch, 80 minutes. So that's going to do it for day 17, guys. I will be back tomorrow with one of the films that's scattered around this room. Fucking October is just... busy, man. Just shit everywhere. But anyways, I'll check you guys tomorrow. Deuces!